Hey guys, welcome back. It is after Thanksgiving, so happy belated Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, spent it with family, friends, and whatnot, whatever your traditions are. So I just hope everybody had a thankful Thanksgiving. So we're back down in the basement. Did some weatherproofing of the doors here. This is the door to the outside, and just did some temporary stuff. I'm going to get some door sweeps for it, but you can see the foam bead up there, and then we put some weather stripping on the back side of the door to conceal it. Now I did the same thing here, but I gotta insulate this door. It's just 3/4 inch OSB leftover scraps from our flooring. Like I said, this one we didn't care because you're not going to see it, but we wanted to get it there. And of course the cat door, so the cats can get into the crawl space and get into here. Eventually, once everything's closed up, they'll be able to get throughout the crawl space, get into here, and then somewhere up here somewhere, they'll be able to get in to the house. So this will be their way in and out long term. But did some electrical, brought the electrical circuit in last night, got a switch installed. This will be a future switch. I ran out of electrical wire, so I got to go through and punch this through, and there's going to be a few lights in the crawl space so that we don't have to sit with a headlamp like I got now. But we ran these strips to a switched outlet here, so that gives us light there, and gives us light in here, which lights up. There's another outlet there, and then this is a non-switched outlet up there, so that we got some power down there. And then we did another one here, a little high out the floor, but that's where I ran out of wire, so that's why it's so high, because that's where the end of my wire was. That outlet got put there because of that. So it's, like I said, it's just to run if we want some small things running down here, not appliances wise, but say we're going to do work and we want, like now I want to bring a battery charger down here so I can work on shelving and cut and stuff like that, just so we got some stuff to plug into, vacuum, whatnot, air compressor if need be. So, and then Miss Vixie here. Vixie. Yeah, this was kind of her home in the summer. Before we buttoned it all up, she was coming in here and hanging out. This is kind of her sleeping quarters. So now she's coming down and inspecting because she hasn't been down here for a while. Right, Vixie? So she's just checking everything out again. But yeah, so I want to work on that insulation. I don't have a good way to film down here. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, actually, either. I'm going to use a foam like I did the door behind me. Do a couple layers of that. So I'm going to work on that, get that done, so that we keep this basement warm. It's getting a little cold. I think it's down to 38 degrees down here, and we want this to stay, ideally we want it to be above 45 degrees long term down here. So at some point we may add like a little electric heater down here, just to take the chill out and keep it right around that 45 degrees, so that it's not freezing down here. Because this stuff here, shelving that we started but we haven't finished yet, this is all going to be kind of food pantry, cold storage stuff that we want, potatoes, onions, things like that, things that can be cold but not froze type of deal. And then we'll do the same thing here. We'll carry that over, put a shelf in here, a small narrow shelf in here, and that'll take care of that. So, but that's for another day's project. My project today is to get this door insulated so that it's at least keeping the cold air out. We'll have to run some insulation up along there. When I get that, I haven't picked that up yet, so we'll put some batted insulation along that edge, just to keep the cold out. Actually, that edge isn't going to be as important because that's going to be insulated, but this outer edge all the way around will have to be insulated just to keep the cold chill, and that'll help keep this warmer too. So that's the plan. So be back after I get some work done. Hi guys, it is insulated and closed up. So what I did is I did a layer of 1.5 inch foam horizontally. Actually, no, it was vertically. Got that in there. Then I had some 1/2 inch here left over. So I put that in the middle, sandwiched it, and went horizontal. And then I came back with more scraps. I mean, this is all scrap foam that we have. Rather than try to use a full sheet, because I want to keep those full sheets for when we're doing the skirting as much as possible. So, and I got some stuff that I want to do with those as well. So I'm going to keep those full sheets intact if I can help it. So this worked out good because I'm not too worried about air gaps. I'll go ahead and tape this up, but by having it overlap, I got less air gaps, and where there is gaps in the door, I tape those so that that's sealed. So we'll just tape this up and that'll be it. I mean, that's essentially what I did with that door as well. That actually, the outside was one full sheet. The outside layer was a full sheet, or a full piece at least. And then I layered it inside of that. So, but yeah, so that works, and everything's sealed up good. Now I just got to get some insulation for up there, like I was saying. And this particular part of the project is done. I just got to do some cleanup. I'm back again. Thought I'd come down and dig out some canvas. I found this chunk of canvas in the shed already, and this is what I was talking about earlier about hanging it up and getting it kind of closed in. And this actually works really good. I mean, we've had a fairly windy day. The wind is actually just starting to calm down. I mean, it was enough that the back side of the house wrap on the house addition was actually pulled off the house because the wind was so strong. It got in behind the seam and pulled it off, so I had to fix that today in the wind. But as long as I was out and about, I'd get this going. But I ran out. That pallet over there is completely froze, and that's the other piece of canvas that I was looking to use to fill in this bottom part. I was going to go to about where the lawn tractor is here, to that post, and make that solid, and then the rest of it I would just kind of hang or tack so that I could pull it back if I needed to get in and out of there. We got enough room to get underneath with the truck. I mean, it's about 5 feet off the ground, a little more. I think if we decide to put the little pickup in there, that we can get that in there. Otherwise it's just a bay to kind of work, have a space to work if we need to. It gets a little dark in there, but I think that's probably how we'll leave it for the winter. Maybe I'll put some poly on those first left 2 bays just to kind of help cover it a little bit, at least attempt to. I don't know what else to do at this point. I mean, we're just kind of putzing along and just trying to get it sheltered in as best as we can. But this is a lot better, especially that we seal at the back of it. It was so open to underneath. I don't remember if I showed that in a previous video or not. And I don't think you can really see it with the grass here. Actually, yeah, you can. So if you look down below the red, I mean, there's 6-8 inches of exposure there that I covered from the inside with scrap plywood and sheeting that I had laying around. Just some scrap stuff. So I put that down there at the very bottom down there. You can kind of see it. And that helps get the wind out of it, because that's what was happening, is the wind would get underneath before we got snow last year and just rip all our plastic out, because the wind would push it out and then pull it, be pushed in. The wind going back and forth. Where it's all sealed up for the most part. There's some areas like on that far back corner to the right here that I don't have covered up because it's blocked by stuff. So, but overall that should help. I mean, it's not perfect. The canvas has got holes where the mice would chew through it from being bundled up. But so I just took my pile of wood here that I have. I just covered it with another piece of junk canvas just to keep the snow off of it, so it's protected it doesn't get all wet. But yeah, I think that's going to probably be it for this being buttoned up for the winter. I can get to everything. I can get underneath it. And by the time this thing starts sloughing snow, it's going to go, probably half of that is going to be in that. So, I mean, I'm going to try to keep it clear of snow this year now that we have the loader, which got moved up to the house right there. For the winter, I'll keep it up there since that's where we'll be using it for snow removal in the winter. We probably won't use it much, but just to kind of clean up by the house and just some areas where we would normally use a snow blower or shovel, we can use that to kind of clean it, since last winter it was in the ditch. So, but I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. We'll see what we get done tomorrow after work. Hi guys, we're getting this video out a little late this week. Been kind of busy with some other stuff that's not project related, more work related stuff, but didn't get a lot done Thanksgiving weekend, and we're just gonna keep plugging away at some small projects now that most of our outdoor stuff is done for the season. Now we'll switch to working on indoor, and I'll probably end up doing some more firewood to get more put away for the winter. before we get snow and it gets buried. So, but that's going to be it for this week. And again, apologize for the late video we're getting out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.